Hello students, today we are going to study a very new lesson in geography, that is population. Okay ma, population means normally it refers to the human beings, right ma? So that human beings, what I'm saying to coming to say is human beings are the biggest resource of our country, not for every race nation, right? And one thing we have to keep in our mind is these human beings nama, they are the producers and consumers of the whole earth resources. Okay ma? Human beings are the producers and consumers of the earth resources. Okay, in our earth we are having lot of resources, but without human efforts can we take it? For example, this coal and all those things are like a rock, right? Only because of the human effort and also the human technology and machines, only we can get the coal, and other than that from whatever it is, oil, petrol and everything, only because of the human effort only we are getting it, right ma? So in that way, in this lesson, human beings is given much importance, and how human beings, and that is the population, about population and its growth in country and all over the world. That's what we are learning now. Okay, this because these people only have invented technologies and made natural resources useful for them. That is, we are only using it, we are only finding many new technologies to utilize all those resources around us, right ma'am? So here in this lesson, if we want to learn this lesson, means we can study it in a very short way. That is, 3 key points is given in this lesson in the beginning itself to learn more about this lesson by giving 3 questions. So first question is, what is the population size and how is the population size and what is population size and distribution? So this population size and distribution we can find it by the place where most of the people living and in which place they are living. That is the first question and its answer. So we'll be seeing it in this lesson briefly. And the next one is the growth process and the population change. So how it is calculated ma? It is mainly calculated by how the population grown from one period to the other period. In the olden days, how was the population change was there, and after that how it got changed in the later years. If you are learning that, we can easily know the growth process and the change, population change. Okay ma? And the final thing is characteristics or qualities of the population. How we can calculate these characteristics and qualities of population ma? We can easily calculate because by the age of the person and by the health condition of the person and the education qualification of the person and also the job what he is doing, right? So through all those things, through through age, sex composition, and that is male or female or transgender, and also literary levels, and finally occupation structure and health condition. Through all those things we can learn these characteristics of and qualities of population, right ma? So in the first topic, what we are going to learn is population size and distribution by density. Okay ma? So you all know what is population density is, right ma? That is mainly population density means what? A group of people living in a particular unit of area, right? That is the main reason. When we are, for example, in a particular kilometer, 1 kilometer surface, in the olden days it was 45 people to get accommodated in 1 kilometer of surface, and later it was changed to 51 persons. So now how it is? That's what we are going to learn here. The population size and distribution by density is in numbers we can see at first. That is by March 2011 in India we have totally 1210.6 million people. Okay ma? People living in India, and also it accounts what 17.5 percentage of the world population. Okay, ma, world population. And also here what we are seeing is the major population, that is the most of the people in India living in a particular state, that is mainly UP, that is Uttar Pradesh. Okay, ma. In that only 16% of the total population of India lives. And also one main thing is almost half of the Indian population live only in the 5 states. What are the 5 states, ma? Can you guess it? One is we all know that it is Uttar Pradesh. And what are the other things, ma? The next one is Maharashtra, UP, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Bihar, and one more state is there. What it is, ma? It's can you easily guess it? Whether it is Tamil Nadu or what? No, it is not Tamil Nadu, but it is West Bengal. Okay, ma, West Bengal. So this is what we are seeing as population size in 2011, but by now it got immensely increased. Okay, ma. So next what we are going to see is in density. We have seen that 45 people to live in 1 square kilometer. But according to that survey, if we calculate it means, we find that 382 persons people are living in 1 square kilometer. So it is much more than the ratio. Okay, ma. So that's what we are saying. And next thing is, this proves that we are densely populated country in the world. Okay, so in population growth and process of population change, we can mainly see that the numbers, the distribution and the composition of the population is often getting changed. For example, this second, what is the population of India? Maybe is not the next second, because we can't say that. By now, how many persons in India might have died? How many persons in India might have born? And how many persons went out of India, right? So these things can be calculated only through 3 things, that is by birth, death and migration. Okay, ma. Birth, death and migration. So by these things only decide the population growth and process of the population change. So in population growth, what we are commonly know is, what is the population growth, ma? It refers to the change in number of inhabitants during a specific period of time. Okay, ma. Change in number of inhabitants means we people living there, right? Living here. Inhabitants during in a particular area during a period of time. In a period of time. Okay, ma. Here, this population growth we can easily measure through 2 things, ma. So what are that, ma? First thing is in terms of absolute numbers. Okay, ma. In terms of absolute numbers. And the next thing is in terms of percentage. Okay, ma. So this first one, in terms of absolute number, means we know that normally the birth and death rate and everything can be calculated by, for 100 number of people is there means, from them it is calculated, right? Like a ratio. So we can say thus, in the absolute number is obtained by subtracting the earlier population from the later population. What? Subtracting earlier population from later population. And if it is in terms of percentage means, we can calculate it by every percentage in, for example, 2% per annum means the growth of people is 2% per annum means for every 1,000 people, 2% is newly born or newly added in the total population. For every 1,000 people means automatically, in case if there is 10,000 people means automatically for 1,000 it is 2 means 10,000 it is what? 10, right? In the same way it is calculated in the percentage level. Okay, ma'am. And the next one is process of population growth and change. In this population growth and change, it can be mainly what? Calculated through, as we have already seen now, birth rate, death rate and migration. Okay, ma'am. So, what is this birth rate, ma'am? What is the definition of birth rate? Birth rate is nothing but number of live births per 1,000 person, right? Number of births per 1,000 persons or people. Okay. In the same way, death rate means number of deaths among 1,000 people. Okay, so this is what we are seeing. And the migration instance, migration is nothing but movement of people from to other territories or countries or what? State or cities. From one place to another they are moving means that is said to be called as migration for their livelihood. So this migration is of two types, ma. One is internal migration, and the next one is international migration. So what is meant by internal migration, ma? In our country, if you are there in India and if you are moving from your city to other city for living, or if you are moving from your state to other state for living inside your country, then it is said to be called as internal migration. But if you are moving from India to Bangladesh or Canada or USA for your livelihood means, then it is said to be called as you are moving out of the country. That is the reason it is called as international migration. Okay, ma'am. So these are the two main things, ma'am, we are knowing. And even one more thing, normally people migrate from rural to urban areas. Okay, ma'am. Rural to urban for what, ma'am? Mainly for their job opportunities, for education, for their livelihood, and for the health facilities. So for the betterment of their life, most of the people nowadays are moving from rural areas, that is villages, to cities. Okay, ma'am. So this is what we are learning in this topic, and by next class we will be learning the remaining chapters. What are the remaining chapters means? Commonly the literacy rate, and also the occupational structure, health and adolescent population, National Population Policy and also the NPP 2000 and adolescents. Okay, that's what we are going to learn in the next class. And I just want you to read what? Read the page number from what? It is starting from 53, right? 53 to 57 you have to read. Okay, ma. Read and you can even refer the population rate of today even in net and you can gather the GK about it. Okay, ma. Thank you.